Yes, others? You don't attempt the test?
Ma'am, yesterday I didn't attempt it.
Why?
Ma'am, because I was in hospital for the checkup.
Okay. Bhakti attempted. I know Bhakti and Anushka and Aditi are answering. So I know you guys have attempted. बाकी लोगों का पूछ रहे हो. चलो ठीक है, no problem. Let's go ahead with the chapter. So yes, yesterday, last time we completed the part where we were talking about diffusion. We talked about facilitated diffusion. जल्दी जल्दी revise करते हैं. Diffusion is what? Basically any atom, molecule or ion, okay, in any state, gaseous, liquid or solid state, goes from a higher concentration to a lower concentration. That is diffusion. Then facilitated diffusion is when the same thing is happening, but for that particular molecule to pass through the cell membrane or for the diffusion to take place, it requires special proteins. Okay, and the proteins are very specific. कोई भी substrate आके कोई भी protein के साथ bind नहीं हो सकता. They are very specific, and that is why facilitated diffusion is just like enzymes. Okay, substrate आके bind होता है. अगर substrate की जगह पे inhibitor आके bind हो गया, तो there will not be any kind of facilitated diffusion. इसका diffusion नहीं होगा. ठीक है? Then if we are talking about ions specifically, तो उनको पास करने के लिए जो प्रोटीन्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं सेल मेम्ब्रेन में, what are those proteins called?
Porin.
Yes, and porins are very commonly seen in plastids, mitochondria and bacteria. Okay, then if we are talking about two separate molecules which are getting diffused together in the same direction at the same time, then such type of facilitated diffusion is called what?
Uniport or something.
I said two. Symport, yes. And if they are transported at the same time but in opposite directions, then antiport. And if one molecules moves independent to the other, then it is uniport. Okay. Then उसके बाद did I teach active transport? हाँ, बताया था मैंने. I told you. What is active transport?
Opposite of diffusion.
From lower concentration
From-
to higher concentration.
Higher concentration with the help of ATP.
Yes. When something goes from lower to higher concentration, it will require energy, of course, and that is why it is called active transport. ठीक है. तो यहाँ तक हमने किया था. Before we go ahead, I again want all of you to open your textbook. Open your textbook. Just a second, I'll tell you the page number. Come to page 178. Everyone come to page 178 and see the table which is given over there. I want all of you to just see. हम लोग लिखेंगे बाद में, पढ़ेंगे, table बनाएंगे बाद में. Now see.
I'm yellow table, no?
Yes, 11.1, table 11.1. See, what have they compared? They have compared normal simple diffusion, facilitated transport and active transport together based on certain criteria. Even I am looking at the table. I am not in front of the camera. So look into the table. First criteria requires special membrane proteins. Diffusion में हमको special proteins नहीं चाहिए, right? In facilitated diffusion, yes, you require proteins. And active transport में there may or may not be proteins, but yes, we generally write that there are special proteins for active transport. Okay. Then second, highly selective. अगर porins होंगे तो ही highly selective का question आएगा. That is why again in diffusion there is no selectiveness which is seen, but in facilitated and active transport there is selectivity or specificity. Third one, transport saturates. Now who can tell me what is the meaning of saturation? I explained this last time. What is the meaning of saturation? This was the last thing I explained last time. Now, everyone? Okay, pay attention here now. देखो सब लोग यहाँ पे बोर्ड पे देखो. Suppose if this is a plasma membrane, I'm saying that there are 3 porins here. 1, 2, 3. Now it is not always necessary ना कि तीनों porins काम में लगे हुए हैं. They are transporting something. It is not necessary. But then, if all the porins are occupied by some substrate and all the porins are wanting to transport that inside the cell, then it is called as saturation level. सारे porins काम में लगे हुए. All of them are functioning. They are carrying out facilitated diffusion or active transport. Then it is called as saturation. Everything is doing everything. Every protein is doing something. Okay, so again, this will be when you are talking about facilitated and active transport. समझ में आया? ये point समझा सबको? What is saturation? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Then uphill transport. Now this might be a new term for you. Uphill transport मतलब diffusion का उल्टा. It is going from lower concentration to higher concentration. So that will be seen only in one case, that is active transport.
Active.
Yes. And last requires ATP again only in active transport.
Active transport.
Okay. So that is what that table says. जो हम लोग बात करेंगे. ठीक है. तो वहां तक हमने last time complete किया था. Let us go ahead now. Here in the entire chapter, we have you can say divided the chapter. Let us divide the chapter into 3 parts. पहले हमने जो last time पढ़ा था, it was with respect to all the molecules. Like it can be any ion atom molecule, it can be solute. We did not say that we are specifically talking about solvent or we are specifically talking about water inside the plant. But today's entire lecture is going to be focused on water. Okay, पूरा water पे based है. अभी next जो 4-5 concepts है वो. So first let us see that when you are talking about sources of water, plant के लिए, then what according to you are sources? Plant को पानी कहाँ से मिलता है? According to
From
you,
the roots.
roots to absorb करते हैं. That is the part.
Soil.
Yes, correct. So soil is the only source of water for plant, right? But inside the soil, you are going to see there are many types of water. Now, what is the meaning of types of water? I'll write the names and you will understand the concept partially on your own. First type of water is called gravitational water. Second type of water is called combined water. Third type of water is called hygroscopic water. And next is called capillary water. इसमें से कौन सा टर्म तुमको समझ रहा है थोड़ा थोड़ा? Gravitational it is समझ रहा होगा? Yes. Okay. Now, all this is when you're talking about water which is under the surface, या फिर inside the soil. Sara, water, all the 4 types are below the surface. Then what is the difference? Okay. Now these are the soil particles. इतने दूर नहीं होते हैं, but let us just consider that these are the soil particles. Now, after rainfall, what is going to happen? Maximum amount of water is seeped inside, it percolates inside the soil and reaches a place called as water table. So now, at least you must have heard the term water table. Yes. What is the
Yes,
meaning
ma'am.
of water table? It is that place inside the soil or deep inside the soil where all the water which has percolated, the rain water, starts accumulating. Why do you call it water table? Because it is not present in the entire surface. मतलब अगर यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक soil है, तो सारे place में हमको water table नहीं दिखता है. It will be only at a specific place, in a specific area. Okay, and that water table is the place where we generally dig wells or bore wells. See, whenever any person or whenever someone is digging a well, he or she or though that organization has to first find out कि पानी कहाँ पे है. ऐसे ही खोदना start नहीं कर सकते ना. They just cannot start digging. So how are they understanding? First, there are different machines which will find out कि अगर ये पूरा लैंड है तो वाटर टेबल कहाँ पे है. फिर जाके वहां पे वेल बनाता है या फिर बोरवेल बनाता है. कहीं पे भी you cannot just start digging, right? So that is what is called as water table, and the water which is percolating, that is under the influence of gravitational force. That is why you call it gravitational water. The sad part is ये इतना deep होता है in the soil that this is not available for the plant. Plant इसको absorb ही नहीं कर पाएगा क्योंकि plant ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इधर तक grow होगा और water table यहाँ पे. Okay, कितना भी बड़ा tree हो, it cannot reach the water table. So that is why gravitational water is not available for the plants. Second, combined water. What are you understanding by the term combined? Water किसी तो चीज के साथ mixed होगा, combined होगा, right? Now your soil has many elements. It has silicon, it has aluminium, it has phosphate, sulfates, blah blah. सब कुछ होता है. Okay. Now it is seen that generally water forms hydrated oxides. H2O, right? So hydrated oxides of silicon and aluminium. And these hydrated oxides are, you can see the water has changed its form. The hydrated oxide, it is not in its original pure form. So plants ये hydrated oxide को separate कर सकते हैं क्या? Silicon अलग करो और water को अलग करो. Can the plant do it? बोलो, can the plant?
No.
No. So that is why even this water is not available for the plants. Third one, hygroscopic. Do you know what is the meaning of hygroscopic? Anyone? किसी को पता है hygroscopic का meaning?
Absorbing moisture.
That is correct. Very good. That is the meaning of hygroscopic. But here it means something else. इसमें उसका थोड़ा सा meaning change कर रहे हैं हम लोग. Only pertaining to this chapter. Here we are saying that the water which is very closely bound or adhered to the soil particle, वो soil particle के साथ इतना जोर से attached है, इतना tightly attached है, that the plant cannot separate it. Okay, there is so much of adhesive force between the soil particle and the water that the plant cannot separate it. So again, this becomes unavailable for the plants. Last, capillary water. Ma'am, सब कुछ तो unavailable है. Then why are we calling it as the source? Because this is available. Capillary water क्या होता है? The water which is present in between the soil particles. Okay, that is called as capillary water, and only that is the water which the plants can absorb. ये combined है, plant उसको separate नहीं कर सकता. ये इतने tightly bound है, again plant उसको separate नहीं कर सकता. और ये तो उसके reach के ही बाहर है. Okay, so technically this should not be considered as the source of water, but they are considered as sources, and उसमें से सिर्फ capillary water is taken up by the plants. ठीक है, अंडरस्टूड ये कॉन्सेप्ट सबको समझा?
मैम कैपिलरी वाटर वापस एक बार बताओ ना.
ये सॉइल पार्टिकल्स है, सॉइल पार्टिकल्स के बीच में जो वाटर होता है, सी व्हेन द वाटर इज पर्कोलेटिंग, एक साथ पूरा नीचे नहीं जाता, इट इज गोइंग ग्रेजुअली, इवेंचुअली, धीरे धीरे जाता है, एंड व्हेन इट इज पासिंग थ्रू द स्मॉल स्पेसेस, okay, some amount of water is still there in those spaces, so that water will be absorbed by the plant. That is called as capillary water.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम.
कैपिलरी क्यों बोलते हैं? Because the space is very small, very
स्मॉल.
Yes, that is why it's called capillary. ठीक है.
ओके, थैंक यू मैम.
Yes. So that is about the types of water. Now, water किधर है हमको वो तो पता चल गया, लेकिन when it is entering inside the plant, जब वो प्लांट के अंदर जा रहा है, तो it has to undergo certain obstacles. It has to pass those obstacles. वो obstacles क्या हो सकते हैं? सबसे पहले सेल के अंदर एंटर हो रहा है. रूट हेयर कंसिडर करते हैं हम लोग. रूट हेयर इज वेयर द वाटर इज एब्सॉर्ब. ओके, सो रूट हेयर एक सिंगल सेल की तरह काम करता है. सो इमेजिन द वाटर हैज टू गो इनसाइड दैट सेल. सबसे पहले ऑब्स्टेकल क्या होगा? सेल वॉल. प्लांट है ना, सेल वॉल. उसके बाद सेल मेम्ब्रेन, फिर आएगा साइटोप्लाज्म एंड XYZ. सो सेल वॉल में देयर इज सेल्यूलोज, देयर इज पेक्टिन, सुबेरिन, ऐसे बहुत सारे कंपोनेंट्स है which are generally hydrophobic compounds. What do you understand by these two terms? Hydrophilic मतलब क्या? Hydrophobic मतलब क्या?
Hydrophilic means water loving and hydrophobic means water hating.
Correct. Phobia or something. तुमको अगर किसी चीज का phobia है, meaning you don't like that thing scares you, right? So there are many hydrophobic compounds inside the cell wall. That is why instead of mixing with those compounds and going inside, the water is going inside by सुना है? Have you heard about imbibition before? सुना है?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. Now generally हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? कोई भी water soluble compound है, तो water उसके साथ mix होके अंदर जाए. Okay? अगर say I take sugar and I take oil. So if the water has to pass through the sugar and the water has to pass through the oil, so sugar के साथ वो mix होगा. It will form a solution and it can pass. But water, oil के साथ can it form a solution? So it sticks to the hydrophilic compounds or hydrophobic compounds and passes inside. Because these molecules, whether they are hydrophilic or hydrophobic, they don't have a capacity of mixing with water, solubilizing with water. वो उसके साथ soluble नहीं है. Okay, hydrophobic तो water को अपने आसपास आने भी नहीं देगा. It is water hating. लेकिन hydrophilic is something which can stick to the water and take it inside. Such a process is called as imbibition, where the water is not getting absorbed, it is getting adsorbed. It's adsorption, not absorption. Sticking of water to hydrophilic surfaces. I'll give you a very good example. इससे तुमको समझ जाएगा सारा concept. During rainy season, winter नहीं, rainy season. सबने एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा कि हमारे डोर्स एंड वुडन डोर्स एंड वुडन विंडोज दे स्वेल अप, थोड़ा फूक जाते हैं, एंड दे स्टार्ट मेकिंग दिस अजीब सा साउंड आल्सो समटाइम्स व्हाइल ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग. एक्सपीरियंस किया है सबने?
Yes, ma'am.
व्हाई इज दैट? बिकॉज वुड कैन इट सोल्यूबलाइज विद वाटर? वुड पानी के साथ सोल्यूबल है क्या?
No.
नो, बट इट इज हाइड्रोफिलिक. वो वाटर के साथ वाटर को अपने ऊपर स्टिक कर सकता है. इट कैन adhere the water on itself. It is not absorbing it. It can adhere water. So water sticks to the wooden surfaces, and that is called as adsorption or imbibition. Okay. अच्छा मैम, रेनी सीजन में wooden doors water absorb करने के लिए water आता किधर से? There is a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. So that water which is present in the atmosphere, वो जाके wooden doors और wooden windows में absorb हो जाता है, stick हो जाता है, and that is why they swell up, and that is why they start making that अजीब सा noise. Okay. Yes. Sometimes your door might not even close entirely. If the door is very swollen, या फिर the window is very swollen, पूरा close भी नहीं होगा, रुक जाएगा. It will get stuck. That is due to imbibition. समझ में आया? What is imbibition?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, why are we studying imbibition? Because हमने अभी अभी बोला सेल्यूलोज, पेक्टिन, ये सब जो हमारे सेल वॉल के कंपोनेंट्स हैं, ये हाइड्रोफिलिक है. They are not soluble in the water, but they are not hating water also. They can stick the water along with themselves and pass it. So when the water is passing through the cell wall, वो कैसे पास होगा? By imbibition. समझा? Yes. Understood everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So basically,
Yes,
how are we proceeding with the chapter? Basically, हमने पहले sources of water पढ़ा. अभी वो water plant के अंदर कैसे जा रहा है? Okay. So first it will be passing through imbibition. Now once it has entered the, you can say cell. Second thing which it encounters is osmosis. Can someone tell me what is osmosis?
Water molecules moving from higher concentration to lower concentration.
Higher concentration to lower concentration या lower to higher?
Higher to lower.
Lower to higher. Lower to higher. Suppose if this is a cell. This is another cell. Now make this concept straight today itself. ये बहुत confusing concept है. अभी I understood also. It's okay. सुनो. If I am saying that एक cell में water का amount ज़्यादा है, mark my words, water का amount is more, then जो अंदर का concentration है, it is considered to be dilute, and अगर water का amount कम है, then you call the solution as concentrated, right? इतना तो सबको पता है. अगर पानी ज्यादा है तो वो dilute solution है, अगर पानी कम है तो वो concentrated solution है. Yes or no? Please answer fast. Yes. Yes. Now, what are we saying? The words which we are using in our definition of osmosis. या तो words को change करो या फिर use the correct words. When water goes from lower concentration to higher concentration, ये dilute है मतलब इसका concentration कम है ना, right? So when water goes from a region of lower concentration to a region of higher concentration, that is called as osmosis. या फिर change your words. When the water or the solvent, जरूरी नहीं हमेशा water ही होगा, it can be any other solvent. ये chapter में हम लोग water consider करें. When the water goes from a region of more water to less water, ये बोलो चलेगा. If you are using the word concentration low to high, if you are using the word, if you are using amount of water, higher water to lower water. पानी का amount ज़्यादा है मतलब वो diluted. Now is it understood? Now osmosis is clear for everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So this is osmosis. Now osmosis where you will come across three concepts. Endoosmosis, exoosmosis, and plasmolysis. What are these three concepts? Before that, tell me, do you know the meaning of the words hypertonic, hypotonic, and isotonic?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the meaning, Dhruti. Batao. It's okay. If it is wrong, I will correct you.
Higher concentration And hypotonic means lower concentration, and isotonic is where the concentration outside as well as inside is same.
Correct, very good. So hypertonic मतलब उसका कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज्यादा है तो वाटर का लेवल कम होगा या ज्यादा?
कम होगा.
करेक्ट, वेरी गुड. हाइपर, सब लोग ये कॉन्सेप्ट अच्छे से सुना. हाइपरटोनिक मतलब कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज्यादा है तो वाटर कम. हाइपोटोनिक कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम है तो वाटर ज्यादा होगा. राइट? यस और नो?
Yes, ma'am.
नाउ एंडो ऑस्मोसिस मतलब ऑस्मोसिस मतलब वाटर इज मूविंग. एंडो मीन्स इनसाइड. सो हमको ये तो समझ रहा है कि वाटर इज कमिंग इन. नाउ यूज दिस लॉजिक एंड टेल मी the solution. This is your cell, plant cell. Inside and outside, which should be hypertonic and which should be hypotonic? अभी ऑस्मोसिस का मीनिंग मैंने तुमको बताया. So you tell me the solution here and the solution here. कौन सा हाइपर होना चाहिए, कौन सा हाइपो होना चाहिए? नहीं समझ रहे? ओके, now pay attention. वाटर वहां से वहां जाएगा जहां पे पानी ज्यादा था और यहाँ पे पानी कम था. The water here was more and the water here was less. That is why the water started moving like that. Okay? Yes. So water more. किसमें water more है इसमें? So this has to be hypo and this has to be. समझा? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
इसमें उल्टा, the water is going out मतलब अंदर ज्यादा पानी था. ये हाइपो था और ये हाइपर. That is why the water started moving out. So these two processes explain you the conditions inside the plant which explain the movement of water. If the cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, then the water goes inside the cell, endoosmosis. But if a cell is placed in hypertonic solution, then the water will be moving outside, called as exoosmosis. ठीक है? Yes, last one. Plasmolysis. Plasmolysis is the concept where exoosmosis is only taking place, but बाहर का solution is extremely hyper, बहुत ज़्यादा ही hyper. The concentration is too much. So all the water which was inside comes out. जितना भी पानी था, साइटोप्लाज्म में था, वैक्यूल में था, जिधर भी था, सब पानी बाहर आ गया. To such an extent that all the cellular components shrink. सब कुछ shrink होके एक corner में आके accumulate हो जाए. All the cellular components, whether they are the organelles, whether it is the cytoplasm, सब कुछ एक corner में आके attach हो जाता है because सारा पानी बाहर आ गया. And this shrinking of the cellular components is called as plasmolysis. समझ में आया? तीनों concept endosmosis, exosmosis, plasmolysis are understood. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you tell me, अगर मुझे ये सेल को फिर से रिवाइव करना है, अगर ये सेल ऐसे ही हाइपरटोनिक सोल्यूशन में
मैम प्लाज्मोलाइसिस वापस एक बार बताओ ना.
वापस हाइपरटोनिक सोल्यूशन में क्या होता है? पानी स्टार्ट्स मूविंग आउट, एक्सोऑस्मोसिस. मैंने ये वाला जो हाइपरटोनिक सोल्यूशन है ना, वो बहुत ज्यादा कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड लिया, एक्सट्रीमली हाइपरटोनिक. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, जो वाटर बाहर आ रहा है वो साइटोप्लाज्म का भी सब वाटर बाहर, वैक्यूल में भी जितना वाटर था एवरीथिंग इज आउटसाइड. सो व्हेन एवरी मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ वाटर कम्स इनसाइड, अंदर सब कुछ ड्राई हो जाएगा. cytoplasm shrink, cell organelles shrink, everything shrinks.
Yes.
And that shrunken state is called as plasmolysis. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Cytoplasm and your nucleus or your protoplasm is considered as the living matter of your cell. So, living matter में 90 to 92% water होता है. अगर मैंने वो सारा water निकाल दिया, the cell will be as good as dead. So, plasmolysis is a state of cell which can remain only for very small duration of time. मतलब सेल जिंदा भी रखना है हमको और वो प्लाज्मोलिसिस भी हो रहा है, तो वो सिर्फ कुछ सेकंड्स के लिए जिंदा रहेगा. अगर तुमको उसको जिंदा ही रखना है, immediately you will have to put water inside that cell or put the cell inside water. Otherwise, the cell will die. So what can you do? You take such a plasmolized cell and you put it in water. उसके अंदर फिर से पानी एंटर होने लगेगा. The water will start entering, and that will be called as deplasmolysis. When you want to save the cell, when you don't want the cell to die, उसको फिर से पानी देना पड़ेगा, बहुत सारा पानी देना पड़ेगा. And that taking in water is called as deplasmolysis. Understood? Yes. सबको समझा? Yes. Okay. Last thing before we write. Yes. Last thing before we write are two terms. Now, this is a little. Of course, we will stick to the textbook, but still, I want you to understand these two words: turgid cell and flaccid cell. सुना है? Turgid, flaccid, turgidity, flaccidity.
Turgid means swollen and flaccid means shrink.
Shrunken, correct?
Shrunken.
अभी हमारा टेक्स्ट बुक क्या बोलता है कि टर्जिड मतलब तो स्वोलन, लेकिन फ्लैसिड मतलब shrunken है. It is not agreeing to the fact that flaccid means shrunken. Okay. ये इस पे बाद में आते हैं, पहले इस पे. अभी जितना भी पानी अंदर आना था वो अंदर आ चुका है. Okay, maximum amount of water which the cell could take, could endosmosis जितना हो सकता था वो हो गया. Okay, and the cell has become extremely swollen. Maximum capacity उसका reach हो गया. Then such a state is called as turgid state of the cell. Now, if I am putting a cell, ये सब plant cell है. If I am putting a cell in isotonic solution. Now, isotonic मतलब अंदर और बाहर का concentration same है. So, the water is neither moving in nor moving out. ना पानी अंदर जा रहा है, ना पानी बाहर आ रहा है. So, it has reached a state of equilibrium. Yes. Then such a cell is called as flaccid, according to our textbook. Such a cell which has attained equilibrium with the atmosphere or with the external solution, that is called as flaccid. But technically speaking, flaccid is something जो shrink हो गया. वो cell जो shrink हो गया है उसको बोलते हैं flaccid. बट हम लोग टेक्स्ट बुक को ही फॉलो करेंगे. सो टेक्स्ट बुक में आइसोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन के अंदर जो हम लोग सेल रखते हैं, जो इक्विलिब्रियम अटेन कर चुका है, उसको बोलते हैं फ्लाccid. ठीक है. ऑल द कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर अंडरस्टूड. टाइप्स ऑफ वाटर, इम्बाइबिशन एंड ऑस्मोसिस.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So everything up till here is transport of water. Before writing, why is water so important? Why is water so important for the plant? Bolo?
It helps in formation of food. It helps in that photosynthesis.
It helps in photosynthesis. Okay. Apart from that, anything else? No? Bus?
It helps in the transport of minerals from the soil.
Correct. It is helping in transport of all the things. कोई भी चीज अगर प्लांट के अंदर ट्रांसपोर्ट हो रहा है, it will be dissolving in the water or it will be becoming a part of the solution, and then it will be passed. One more, something else also has to be mentioned. Living matter, protoplasm, 90 to 90% water. अभी हमने देखा ना, अगर सारा पानी बाहर आ गया, the cell will be dead. So for this cell to be alive, it needs water. And that is why, if you see the amount of water in different plants or the amount of water they are absorbing, you will be shocked. 90 to 92% of your watermelon is water. Of course, उसके नाम से ही समझ रहे हैं आपको, watermelon. So it is going to be containing 90 to 92% of water. Most of your, you can say, plants have around 10 to 15%, cells bolo, plants bolo, have 10 to 15% water in them. अगर इतना सारा पानी उनको चाहिए, then they should be efficient enough to absorb water, right? Maize, normal corn का plant होता है, that absorbs around 3 to 4 liters of water every day. 3 to 4 liters. Mustard का जो plant होता है, it absorbs water equal to its weight in just 5 hours. ये सब textbook में है, ये सब तुमको याद करना है. First I said 90 to 92% of watermelon is water. Second I said normally all the plants, small plants, herbaceous plants, they have 10 to 15% of water. Third I said maize has the capacity of absorbing 3 to 4 liters of water. Fourth I said mustard plant can absorb the water equal to its weight in just 5 hours. Apple tree, this is not there in the textbook, apple tree absorbs 25 to 35 liters of water. 25 to 35 liters. बहुत होता है. In one day, in one day. And there is a tree called elm tree. बहुत बड़ा होता है. Elm. It absorbs water equal to 1 ton every day. So there is so much of water required by all the plants, and therefore पानी absorb करना है तो roots तो चाहिए. That is why plants should have a very efficient root system. In big trees, fully grown trees, the roots can grow up to 10 to 15 kilometers also. Kilometers बहुत होता है यार. It's too much. But it is seen that average trees, जो normal size trees होते हैं, उनका भी roots 10 to 15 kilometers तक grow होता है. वो roots के ऊपर root hair कितने होते हैं? There are around 2000 to 3000 million billion root hairs. बहुत है. All the numbers are big. And that is why plants are considered, या फिर water is considered as a very important component in terms of plants. उसके बिना they cannot survive. And अगर plants survive नहीं होंगे, तो even we cannot survive. ठीक है, समझ में आया? Understood till here, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So let us write so much, then we'll go ahead. Last sentence, what you have written, if you can tell me. जो तुमने लिखा है मुझे
जो लास्ट सेंटेंस था वो बीच में रह गया था.
बीच में रह गया था, क्यों?
मैम वो लास्ट लेक्चर में नेटवर्क इश्यूज हो गए थे ना,
अरे
इसलिए.
याद आया, याद आया. वही मैं सोचू ऐसे बीच में क्यों छोड़ दिया मैंने टॉपिक. अदरवाइज आई वुड हैव एटलीस्ट कंप्लीटेड फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. किधर तक सब कंप्लीट सेंटेंसेस लिखे हैं मुझे बताओ.
मैम पोरिन्स ब्लॉक द साइड चेन ऑफ पोरिन्स.
वो सेंटेंस कंप्लीट लिखा है?
हाँ
रीड करोगे अनुष्का, क्या लिखा है?
मैम facilitated diffusion is very specific and is sensitive to inhibitors which block the side chain of porins. ये सेंटेंस पूरा लिखा है, इसके बाद का इनकम्प्लीट है.
क्या लिखा है बताओ.
It majorly controls the movement of hydrophilic substances across a.
के बाद कुछ नहीं है.
Okay. It mainly controls movement of hydrophilic substances across a cell membrane. Across a cell membrane. मुझे बिल्कुल याद नहीं है यार कि हमने कौन से पॉइंट्स लिखे थे. um, मैं बोलती हूँ, सी इफ
मैम
यू
ये
हैव
लिखी
रिटन.
क्या?
रुको ना, क्या लिखोगे? जो बोर्ड पे लिखा है ये कैसे लिखोगे? सो हम did we write about porins? Did we write about plastids and mitochondria? And should I send you a photo? Anushka is asking, should I send you a photo? नहीं, it's okay.
वो सब लिखा है. Porins are specifically present in mitochondria, plastids, and some bacteria to allow movement of small proteins.
Okay, वो भी लिखा है. Aquaporins example दिया था मैंने. Aquaporins, water molecules, eight porins are required.
There are specific water
सैचुरेशन पॉइंट का पॉइंट भी लिखा था.
Saturation point भी लिखा है. Okay, then facilitated diffusion is done, I think. ठीक है. अब उसके बाद तुमको वो डायग्राम बनाना था फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन का. बनाया क्या? डायग्राम 11.1 पेज 177. डिड यू गाइस मेक द डायग्राम? बोलो.
मैम
Ma'am,
आपने
which
शायद
page
बोला
number?
नहीं था.
हाँ मैम, आपने बताया नहीं था.
हाँ तो मैं पूछ रही हूँ, बोला था क्या? नहीं.
नहीं बोला था.
Okay, so you are going to leave some space for making that diagram. 11.1. I'm saving some of my time. 11.1 बनाने के लिए थोड़ा सा जगह छोड़ दो. And give a subheading. Types of facilitated diffusion.
Ma'am,
हाँ,
मैम जो हमने सेंटेंस लिखा उसका आधा ही लिखा है, पूरा नहीं लिखा है.
बोला ना, across a cell membrane. Just now I said.
मैम टाइप्स ऑफ
Types of facilitated diffusion. First one, symport. First one, symport. Write down. When two molecules. Symport. SYMPORT. You guys are behaving as if you are hearing these terms for the first time. Symport. 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 Write down. Two molecules. Traveling across a cell membrane. Traveling across a cell membrane. At the same time, and in the same direction, are said to show symport. Second one, antipode. When two molecules travel across a cell membrane, at the same time in opposite directions, then it is called antipode. It is called antipode.
And then
Then it is called antipode. Third one, unipode.
ma'am, what?
Unipode. आकाश, तुम लास्ट लेक्चर में नहीं थे?
मैम ये सोहम बोल रहा था.
ये सोहम का आवाज नहीं, आई थिंक. सोहम तो लास्ट लेक्चर में नहीं थे?
कौन से?
लास्ट लेक्चर में.
हाँ मैम.
तो फिर ऐसे क्यों बिहेव कर रहे हो जैसे ये सब टर्म्स तुम फर्स्ट टाइम सुन रहे हो?
वेल मैम, मैं ट्रैवल कर रहा था.
भाई तुम कितना ट्रैवल करते हो? कभी घर पे रहते हो कि नहीं?
मैम वो रिलेटिव्स को कुछ समझता नहीं, अभी शादी करनी होती है.
तो उनको करने दो ना, उनकी शादी तुम नहीं जाओगे तो भी होगी.
मैम मैं बोलता हूँ घर पे अकेला रहना है मुझे, ले जाते पापा.
सो सैड. इवन
उनको
माय.
लगता है मैं हॉनेस्ट नहीं हूँ, ऐसा
अरे
पढ़ाई
बाप
नहीं
रे,
करूंगा.
तुम क्या करोगे ऐसे? ऐसा कुछ करो मत ना. चलो, यूनिपोर्ट. Uniport, write down. When a molecule moves across a cell membrane, independent of the other molecule, then such process is called an uniport. Then such process is
मैम
called
इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ.
other molecule. Then such process is called uniport. Okay. Now after this, you are going to जल्दी से make वो वाला diagram 11.2 same page 177. 11.2 बना लो.
मैम अभी बनाना है.
हाँ बना लो. It's easy. बन जाएगा फटाक से.
मैम 177 वाला ना.
हाँ, the lower diagram 11.2. I wanted to ask you guys, हम लोग नॉन इंटी बैच से almost 4-5 lectures पीछे. So if I keep extra lectures, will you guys be coming?
यस मैम.
यस मैम.
Because तुम लोग का lectures 1:30 को खत्म होता है ना?
हाँ मैम.
वही, I'll have to see my schedule because I generally have lectures. But अभी 12th standard खत्म हो गया है तो I am free. So it might be from 3, 4, anything.
मैम या तो फिर 1 hour एक्स्ट्रा ले लो ना अभी.
That I can do only if I have my lecture in the second slot. मतलब 11:30 to 1:30 है तो ही वही वो कर सकते हैं. First slot में वो possible नहीं है ना. सॉरी,
हाँ मैम, 3 या 4 बजे से चलेगा।
3-4 बजे से चलेगा ना। जस्ट 3-4 लेक्चर्स सब एक साथ नहीं रखूंगी, 2 ये वीक में रखूंगी, 2 अगले वीक में, प्रोवाइडेड सर टेल्स मी कि इट्स फाइन। हाँ 2 आवर्स गए, उससे ज्यादा तुम लोग बेयर नहीं कर पाओगे बिकॉज ये चैप्टर एनीवे इतना ड्राई है। लेट्स सी, आई हैव अदर लेक्चर्स आल्सो, सो पॉसिबल होगा तो। एनीवे मेरा ये वीक में 2 ही लेक्चर रखा है सर ने, आई हैव टू टेल हिम एक रख दो एक्स्ट्रा। चलो बनाया डायग्राम जल्दी जल्दी।
Yes, ma'am. Done.
कृति इज डन, बाकी लोग बनाओ जल्दी।
From wait.
यस वेटिंग।
डन मैम।
हो गया सबका? कैन वी गो अहेड?
यस मैम।
Okay, so below this new heading, active transport. Below this new heading, active transport.
Ma'am, is it the third point of means of transport?
Yes, yes, yes. It's the third point. Correct. Write down. Hmm. When atoms, molecules, or ions. When atoms, molecules, or ions move from a region of.
Ma'am, once again, can you repeat it?
Yes. When atoms, molecules, and ions move from a region of lower concentration to higher concentration, lower concentration to higher concentration, with the use of energy,
Ma'am, ATP, no?
energy मतलब ATP ना?
Okay, ma'am. हाँ.
दीप्ति क्या हो गया?
Ma'am, nothing, ma'am. I thought.
ATP is an energy molecule. With the use of energy, then such a transport is called active transport. Then such a transport is called active transport. Full stop. Continue. It is also called as uphill transport. It is also called as uphill transport. As it takes place as against the concentration gradient. As it takes place against the concentration gradient.
Ma'am, after
against the concentration gradient. Against the concentration gradient. Next point, write down. Active transport is faster than passive transport or diffusion. Active transport is faster than passive transport or diffusion.
मैम पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट और डिफ्यूजन एक ही बात होती है.
Yes, same thing.
Okay.
And the carrier proteins in active transport are called pumps. And the carrier proteins in active transport are called pumps. P-U-M-P-S, pumps. Next point. वो पॉइंट को एक सब हेडिंग दो, saturation effect. Saturation effect. Write down.
this is under active transportation.
Yes, active transport का जो थर्ड पॉइंट है उसको सिर्फ हेडिंग दो, saturation effect, and write down. उसके आगे लिखो, don't make it a separate heading. Write down. When all the protein pumps are undergoing the process of active transport, together. Are undergoing the process of active transport together. When the rate of transport reaches maximum, this is called as saturation effect. This is called as.
Ma'am, can you repeat after rate of?
When the rate of active transport reaches maximum, this is called saturation effect. This is called saturation effect. Last point, write down. Last point, write down. The carrier proteins, that is pumps, are also highly specific and sensitive to inhibitors. Okay. Now you'll make that table page 178 पे जो table है as it is copy करो. अभी करो.
From table 11.1.
Yes, table 11.1. Heading वही रहेगा. Comparison of different transport process. इसका नेक्स्ट लेक्चर बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. थोड़ा सा माइंड बॉगलिंग लेक्चर होगा, तो अपना सारा दिमाग उठा के लेके आना. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर whenever it is.
मैम टेबल के बाद ये कॉपी करना है ना?
नहीं नहीं नहीं. इसके पहले I'm going to give you 2-3 points. Don't copy this.
Done, ma'am.
Everyone is done?
No, ma'am, wait.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Should I go ahead?
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Next heading, plant-water relation. Next heading, plant-water relation. Write down. Water.
मैम what?
ये heading लिखो. फिर उसके नीचे write down.
Plant.
Plant-water relation. उसके बाद लिखो. Water is the major component of all living cells. Water is the major component of all living cells. Comma. A medium for transport of all the dissolved substances. A medium for transport of all dissolved substances. And all the physiological activities of plants. And all the physiological activities of plants. Full stop. Continue. It is required for photosynthesis. It is required for photosynthesis. Growth. Photosynthesis, growth. As well as formation of protoplasm.
Can you repeat it?
Yes, it is required for photosynthesis, growth, and formation of protoplasm. Full stop. Now you'll write point wise. कुछ points दे रही हूँ. Point wise देखो. Watermelon has 90 to 92% water. Watermelon has 90 to 92% water. Next point. All herbaceous plants have 80 to 90% water. Have 80 to 90% water. Next point. Maize or corn absorbs 3 to 4 liters of water per day. Maize or corn absorbs 3 to 4 liters of water per day. While mustard plant absorbs water equal to its weight, absorbs water equal to its weight in just 5 hours. In just 5 hours. Last point. Apple tree absorbs 25 to 35 liters of water per day. 25 to 35 liters of water per day. And elm tree, ELM, elm tree, absorbs 1 ton of water per day. Absorbs 1 ton of water per day.
मैम ये जनरलाइज पॉइंट्स क्यों दिए?
क्यों दिए मतलब?
ऐसे ही पूछो.
मतलब नहीं, अरे इसमें क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं ना. इट इज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट एंड इट इज गिवन इन योर टेक्स्ट बुक. सो इसको व्हाट अंडर व्हाट हेडिंग वी विल बी राइटिंग, तो ऐसे लिख दिया.
मैम
हाँ
मैम मुझे डाउट है, आपने बोला था कि हर्बेशियस प्लांट 80 to 90% वाटर एब्जॉर्ब करेगा, पर टेक्स्ट बुक में दिया है 10 to 15%.
क्या दिया है पढ़ो.
Herbaceous plant have only about 10 to 15% of its fresh weight as dry matter.
तो ड्राई मैटर का 10 to 15% है, तो बचा हुआ 80-90 इज वाटर. दैट इज द मीनिंग.
अच्छा ओके.
रीड प्रॉपरली. बच्चा लोग, तुम लोग पढ़ते हो बट जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ इट पढ़ते हो. इफ यू आर रीडिंग समथिंग, रीड इट लाइक यू आर रीडिंग फॉर द लास्ट टाइम. अच्छे से पढ़ना. ओके, ड्राई मैटर को छोड़ के बचा हुआ सब पानी है, तो 80-90 क्या हुआ? वाटर. ओके फाइन. देन क्या बोल रही थी मैं? कुछ बोल रही थी. हाँ, अभी बिकॉज वी आर सेइंग दैट वाटर इज सो एसेंशियल, वाटर इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज द लिमिटिंग फैक्टर. अगर पानी कम रहेगा तो फोटोसिंथेसिस कम होगा, ग्रोथ कम होगा, जो भी पानी में हो रहा है, एब्जॉर्प्शन, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, ट्रांसलोकेशन, सब कुछ कम. ओके, दैट इज व्हाई वाटर इज कॉल्ड एज द लिमिटिंग फैक्टर. ये हम लोग लिख नहीं रहे बट याद रखना. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट यू आर गोइंग टू कॉपी दिस. कॉपी. मेरा ब्लैक मार्कर कहाँ है?
हम अभी ये कॉपी करना है ना?
यस यस. टेल मी व्हेन यू आर डन टिल हियर. एक फर्स्ट पॉइंट हो गया तो बोलो.
हो गया मैम.
हो गया. ओके. also becomes unavailable to plants. Unavailable to plants.
मैम मुझे एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था।
पूछो ना।
ये अगर रूट्स सॉइल के अंदर रहती है तो फिर वो डिकम्पोज क्यों नहीं होती?
रूट सॉइल के अंदर होते हैं तो डिकम्पोज क्यों नहीं होते?
हाँ मतलब कितने सालों के लिए ऐसे ही मतलब सॉइल के अंदर ही रहते ना।
तो लिविंग सेल डिकम्पोज कैसे होगा? हाउ कैन द लिविंग सेल्स बिकम डिकम्पोज? डिकम्पोजिशन डेड सेल्स का होता है, राइट?
ऑर्गेनिजम्स खाते नहीं है फिर सॉइल को,
ऑर्गेनिजम्स
रूट को।
ऑर्गेनिजम्स हमारे सेल, किसी भी लिविंग सेल को तब तक हार्म नहीं कर सकते जब तक वो जिंदा है, क्योंकि सेल के अंदर एंजाइम्स होते हैं. देयर आर मेनी प्रोटीएजेस, आरएनएजेस, डीएनए, बहुत सारे एंजाइम्स होते हैं जो वो अगर ऑर्गेनिज्म अगर गलती से खा भी रहा है लिविंग सेल को तो वो ऑर्गेनिज्म खुद मर जाएगा बिकॉज ऑफ दोज एंजाइम्स. ओके. The absorption of water by hydrophilic compounds is called imbibition. It's AD. Please don't write AB. दोनों word में AD है.
मैम वेट. अरे
कितना slow?
मैम साइड प्लीज.
So yes, Prajwal is saying something. बोलो Prajwal. Last point की दिख रही. This leads to swelling of those solids. This leads to swelling of those solids.
मैम बोर्ड थोड़ा ब्लर दिख रहा है.
सबको ब्लर दिख रहा है क्या?
नो मैम.
क्लियर है? Okay. हो गया? इसके बाद दो तीन पॉइंट्स है, मैं डिक्टेट करूंगी. हो गया तो बोलो. एटलीस्ट इम्बाइबिशन कंप्लीट होना चाहिए.
Ma'am, done.
Done? Everyone is done. Can I dictate whatever is left?
Ma'am, last point.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Come on.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Below this, write down significance of imbibition. Significance of imbibition. Point wise, first one. It is required for germination of seeds. It is required for germination of seeds. So stop, continue. Water is absorbed. Water is absorbed causing swelling of the seed, causing swelling of the seed and breaking of seed coat, and breaking of seed coat. Second point, seedling can come out of the soil. Seedling can come out of the soil only after imbibition. Only after imbibition. Next, imbibition causes breaking of rocks and boulders. Imbibition causes breaking of rocks and boulders. As well as roads and pavements.
Ma'am, can you repeat this point?
Yes, imbibition causes breaking of rocks and boulders. Breaking of rocks and boulders, as well as roads and pavements. Last point. Imbibition causes adsorption of water, adsorption AD, Adsorption of water into many fruits.
What is the meaning of adsorption?
Adsorption मतलब stick होता है, वो अंदर नहीं जाता है, उसके ऊपर सिर्फ stick होता है, attach होता है.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Absorption of water in many fruits to maintain inflow of water during scarcity. Inflow of water during scarcity. Last point. Imbibition is just like diffusion. Imbibition is just like diffusion. As water moves along the gradient, water moves along the gradient, bracket में higher to lower concentration. Higher to lower concentration. Okay, that's it. We stop here for today. मुझे रिमाइंड करना है कि हमारा ऑस्मोसिस लिखना बाकी है. सेकंड हेडिंग दे के रखो चाहिए तो ऑस्मोसिस. फर्स्ट इज इम्बाइबिशन, सेकंड इज ऑस्मोसिस. Okay, so we stop here for today. I'll see extra lecture का क्या होता है. You will be informed. ठीक है, चलो, bye bye. Take care everyone.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.